In life, much of what we hear is opinion, not fact. And everything we see is perspective, not necessarily the truth.
I think polo is one of the greatest sports, and I think people have it wrong. They have a wrong perspective of it.
It's amazing to watch, it's amazing to be a part of, but it's not always glamorous, pretty lights, and just, you know, the whole show that you see.
It's a real hustle and a real sacrifice to try and play polo.
Surrounding the sport of polo, there is a commonly held misconception that the pro's lifestyle is carefree, easy, and filled with wealth. However, for the athletes who dedicate themselves to the sport, their narrative is often one of struggle and perseverance in pursuit of a dream.
I would invite anyone just to spend a day and realize that it's not what they think.
If you want to make it professionally, you better be ready to break your back for it.
It's a lifestyle. We live it. Some people die for it. It's in our blood.
Without sacrifice, there is no great accomplishment, personally. That's how I would sum it up. Struggles are just moments. Just like when you're on top, they're moments. Nothing lasts forever.
While it's true that nothing lasts forever, it is hard to remember that sentiment when faced with adversity. Like many of his peers, Tommy Collingwood understands this innately and has his own tales of perseverance.
Florida season, I had a deal with the sponsor to play 2.5 months. A month before that, everything fell through. I had 14 horses down in Florida, running a barn, had my grooms. It was a scary moment for sure in my career. This was like, in 4 months, you're broke. You start second guessing a lot of things and you say, shoot, you know, like, what am I doing? Is this really for me? And like, yeah, it is for me. I know it is for me. And instead of, you know, hiding in the corner and in a way saying I give up, I took it more like, well, obviously I have to work harder. All right, more hours at the barn, more riding, more practices. I think you make your own chance. You don't just get lucky.
Overcoming economic stress and uncertainty is typical. Nearly every player has had to battle with making ends meet.
There's been times where I wanted to quit. I was in England and I had guys calling me to pay the bills, and I didn't have money in the bank account. But there's always a solution. You always find a way. You have to be grateful and never forget the ones that they were there in those moments where you need them there.
You gotta be good to get lucky, but you'll never be good without hard work. So work hard, because everyone needs a little bit of luck now and then, even the guys at the top. For Hawaii Polo Life, their future in the Open looked unsure. After 5 chukkers against Colorado, they trailed by a seemingly unsurmountable 4 goals.
It was almost like all the lucky bounces were going to them when they were getting the best out of the opportunity.
But sometimes, in your moment of greatest need, fate extends its hand. And for Hawaii Polo Life, that meant a much appreciated rain delay.
If it didn't rain, for sure they beat us.
We weren't gelling as a team. It was a make or break situation.
But with the rain, at least we had time to cool our heads and come back strong.
Diego Cavanaugh. Wow. I've never seen a guy handle pressure like that.
And he surely did, because when play finally resumed, Diego was undoubtedly ready.
As soon as he threw the ball in, the ball went through all the players, and our team captain luckily scooped it and was on a breakaway, and he scored the first goal within 15 seconds.
We switched shirts to white shirts to kind of change up our mojo, and we did it. You know, boom, 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 5 goals, done.
Winning a game is a result of teamwork.
That will go down for me personally as the greatest game I've ever played in all my years of polo.
Great moments like this can come to define who we are. That being said, it's not always the soaring victories that make up the backbone of our character, but rather, it's the careful attention paid to the little things we do every day.
Polo is a lifestyle. Polo is a commitment. You gotta wake up early, go to the barn, check the horses, make sure the horses are physically fit and healthy. You really are committed to the sport. You really are committed to your horses. And it's not that you say, okay, no, I did well, I'm gonna get out of here, take a vacation, leave my horses. No. I mean, you're literally have to be on top of things, and it's a lifestyle that doesn't take a break. It's something I love to do. I really enjoy every minute I'm on a horse, every time I get a practice, every time I get a good game. It's such an accomplishment to come out of one game and really think I'm doing good, I'm seeing results, but I still have a chance to improve. It's a passion to the sport. One of the things that I see of amazing players is that when they had their chances, they made them count. When they had their opportunities, they made them count.
Opportunity and consistency. For all the young players who are striving to be the best they can be in the sport, day in and day out, there's no better example than the world's #1, Adolfo Cambiaso. For 3 decades, Cambiaso's powerful work ethic has consistently maintained him at the top of the world rankings.
To be honest with you, I was 10 goals when I was 16 years old, I think, and it was so quick that I never noticed that I was 10 goals. Then I realized that the difficult part wasn't not to get there, was to maintain myself. And the good thing is I love what I do. It's part of my job. I love what I do, and so it doesn't take a big effort from me to do it. So when you love what you do, everything comes together.
And for the Cambiasos, passion for the sport seems to be a hereditary trait. To secure their spot in the Colorado Open final, the dynamic father-son duo came out firing. And 13-year-old Peroto showed us just what all the hype was about. Scone did their best to maintain composure, but at the end of the day, they could not compete with the Valiente team firing on all cylinders.
Es muy divertido jugar con mi papá, que hace unos pases tremendos. Y bueno, muy divertido jugar con Bob, con toda su organización y muy bueno. La cría, me divierte los caballos, la cría, las madres, todo eso, me revierte.
To share a field with the people that you love is something that is difficult to describe. So honestly, right now, it's just enjoying it.
After defeating Scone 9-4 and securing their ticket to the finals, it was time to find out who Valiente's opponents would be. Contending for that position, the scrappy underdogs of Hawaii Polo Life and the crafty veterans of Scone Polo. As the time for talk passed, the players were ready to let their actions speak for themselves. Scone Polo team jumped out to an early 5-0 lead. For the underdogs, it seemed as though their bark would prove to be worse than their bite. After the first half, Hawaii Polo Life find themselves in a familiar position, trailing by 5 goals. And while a few nice goals in the second half help boost morale, they're not enough to earn Hawaii Polo Life the result they're looking for. Just as Scone Polo team is ready to celebrate their victory, star 8-goaler Guille Terera takes a ball to the face and has to exit the game. Luckily, their lead was too great, and Scone Polo earned their ticket to take on Valiente in the Colorado Open Finals. For Hawaii Polo Life, their Colorado season is over. The grind to prepare for the next season starts now. Follow us next week as we share the results of the finals and give you a backstage look at the excitement of Polo Fest.